Hi and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to supercharge your custom GPTs with no-code custom tools so that you can create powerful GPTs that can do things like send personalized LinkedIn requests, update your CRM and send emails automatically, convert your YouTube videos to blogs, extract data from PDFs and much more, all from within your GPT. Okay, let's dive in. So for this video tutorial, we will create a GPT to send personalized LinkedIn requests. So let's assume that you have hired a virtual assistant to grow your LinkedIn network. So you want them to research companies, find relevant leads in those companies, and then send those leads personalized LinkedIn requests. Okay, so based on the above, here are the steps we need to do. Step 1, we need to create a custom GPT which we will configure to run the custom tools. Step 2, we will use Relevance AI to configure and personalize custom tools without writing any code. Okay, step 3, we will then connect the custom tools to our GPT so that we can call the tools from within our GPT. And step 4, we'll bring it all together and test the system. All right, so let's go to step 1. Okay, so step 1 is to create our GPT. For creating a GPT, you need to be in ChatGPT premium account. Now, once you have that premium account, you can come to Explore, and when you click on Explore, you'll come to Create GPT. Just click on this button. And then you can create. So we will not use the builder this time to create the GPT. We'll actually use configure. If you want to see how to create a GPT from scratch, so you can actually refer to one of the videos which I had created initially, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. Okay. For this video, what we'll do is we'll directly go to configure. And out here, we actually can say, okay, so it's a LinkedIn outreach assistant. So let's say, let's call it LI outreach. Okay. And in the description, we can say LinkedIn Outreach Assistant. For instructions, we will not put anything in this right now. We will wait for us to create custom tools. Once we create the custom tools, then we'll have the instructions for that. Okay, so next is capabilities. We don't need web browsing. We don't need DALL-E. We don't need code interpreter. And okay, and now let's create, this is what we need. We need action. So let's click on create new action and we come to this window. Out here, we want the schema. So this schema is the code which actually connects the custom tools to the GPT, okay? And this is what we'll build in the custom tools, all right? So for now, you can either leave it like this, or what we can do is we can actually save it. And then once we are ready with the custom tools, we can actually edit this GPT. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just save it. So I'll say save only me and confirm. And now you can see it and explore that it's there. Okay, it's right here. So once we are ready with the custom tools, we can actually say edit, and then we can add the instructions and connect it. All right, now is step 2. Step 2 is to create custom tools. And for that, basically, we will use relevance.ai. Let's go to relevance.ai. And relevance.ai is a platform which a lot of companies use. It's a leading platform which is used for creating custom AI apps and custom AI tools. Okay. So let's go to the site. Okay, build your workforce, and then you need to sign up. So sign up is free again, and once you sign up, it's they give you free credits. They I think give you 3,000 free credits. So do sign up, and then you can follow along with me. All right. So once you log in to relevance.ai, you come to the dashboard, and it should look something like this. Yours will be a little different, basically, because I already have tools I've created, so you probably won't have these. All right, so the custom tool which we are creating is a LinkedIn Outreach Assistant, okay? And this Outreach Assistant has 3 tasks. So for the first is that it should be able to research the company. The second is that it should be able to find relevant people in that company. And the third is that the tool should be able to actually generate a personalized message based on the person's previous posts or their profile and things like that, okay? So anyways, once you are actually here, if you scroll down, you can see there are some templates which are, these are pre-made templates, okay? And there are templates for integrations, there are templates for sales and marketing and knowledge integration. So for this video, we'll have 3 tools which will help us in the LinkedIn prospecting, okay? So if you go down to sales, that's what I've used. So in sales, I used company research with LinkedIn. This is to find, just do a little bit of research on the company based on their URL. And then there's another one called research company and find leads. Okay, so this is basically to find roles. And the third is Personalized ally requests. So basically this would be once you actually give it a person, it will create a personalized message for the outreach. Okay, so these are the 3 tools which we'll use. And let me show you the first one, company research with LinkedIn. If you say try template. Okay, so in try template, you will come to this screen, company research with LinkedIn, and you can test this out here. So if you give it the URL, it will actually give you details about that company. So let's test it out. So let's see Microsoft LinkedIn. Let's go to Microsoft LinkedIn and see what it says. Or maybe say Google LinkedIn, okay? Okay, so this is Google LinkedIn, and this is the Google LinkedIn address. Okay, and let's copy this, put this out here. And let's say, and we'll run this tool and see exactly what it comes up with. All right, so there you go. Google is a global software development company with over 287,962 employees. That's a lot of employees. They build products that create opportunities for everyone, regardless of the location. So it gives you a little bit of a brief on the company itself. If let's say you have a VA, as we said before, you have a virtual assistant doing some research on a company, you can easily get all this information. Okay, so if you want to customize this company research with LinkedIn, you can clone to edit. This is going to create a copy of this particular tool in your workspace so that you can modify it. You can actually change the name. You can call it something else. So you can just say company research or something else, company with LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. Okay. And if you see, this is like blocks, because that's the beauty of this platform, is that it's a no-code platform. So it takes company URL, and if you go down, this input goes into get a LinkedIn profile company and post. So this is another step. If you expand that, you can see that it's taking the company URL, and then it goes to the LLM. If you see expand, there's a prompt out here. Give me a 100-word summary of the above content, which is your company URL. Okay, and this is the prompt, and you can modify this prompt if you want. Okay, and then there is an output. All right, so this is what is happening behind the scenes. If you want to modify, you can modify that, and then just hit save, and it will save that. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so in our case, we are using 3 tools. We've already seen company research with LinkedIn. So the next one is find a role in the company. All right, so let's use this, and I would say enter text. So company name, let's say I say Microsoft. Role to find in Microsoft. So I'm going to say CEO. Let's assume, okay. And then I'm going to run this tool. All right. So it's found the company, the Microsoft CEO's name. It's Satya Nadella, and you can see their LinkedIn. It's right here, the company website, and of course a company summary as well. So this is one of the tools. Again, you can configure this if you want by doing the same thing. Go and build. Okay, so you can configure this as well. So you can see that I've changed the name of the company. You can change it out here, whatever you want to call it. And it's again blocked. So the user inputs are company name and the role to find. Okay, so you just give it Microsoft or Google and CEO or CMO, whatever you want to find. And it should be able to find the name and their LinkedIn profile. Okay, so that's, and then, so if you see behind the scenes again, it has got a user block, and then it has got a Google search, which you can expand on. It does a Google search again, then it does an LLM call. LLM has got exactly, it's got a prompt which you can change if you want. And then there's a convert to string, and then again an LLM. So it gets a lot of things just to get to that. Instead of writing code, you can actually this is all blocks. Okay. Once you're done with the changes, all you have to do is just say save, and that's it. I'm going to say use again. For the next step, what I'm going to do is I want to copy this Satya Nadella's LinkedIn address, and then let's go to our tool number 3, which is generate a personalized LinkedIn message, connection message. Okay, so let's go here, and you see generate personalized LinkedIn connection message. You can see I have a LinkedIn Gary Vaynerchuk, so I'm just going to change this to Satya Nadella. So basically LinkedIn profile of Satya Nadella, and then the first name is Satya, so Satya, and I'm going to run this tool just to generate a personalized message. Okay, and it's done. So now it's generated a personalized message for connection. Here is the edited text for the following. I noticed on your LinkedIn that Microsoft continues focusing on developing responsible AI through key partnerships, which aligns well with our own mission at Anthropic to advance AI safety. That's a pretty interesting message. Rather than just saying, hey, I want to connect with you, you're actually sending something of value, or at least there's a common connection. So let's find out exactly what happens behind the scenes. So when we go to build, you can see out here that the user input is again LinkedIn URL and first name. And then what it does is it says the first is get the first 10 posts that are less than 6 months old. So, okay. So it is basically looking at that person's 10 posts which they have done within list 6 months. And then it says format LI posts for better LLM use. What it does is then it uses those posts and then generates a personalized message based on those posts. So now it is much more impactful rather than just saying, hey, I just want to connect with you. It formats the post, it takes to the LLM, then it summarizes the relevant data points to better LLM use. And so it does all these points to come up with that output. And so this is very, very personalized. And the chances of their accepting your request is much more, rather than just sending a boilerplate, hey, I want to connect with you. Something like this, of course, is much more valuable and meaningful. All right, so I'm just going to go back to all the tools where you have, okay. All right, so I have 3 tools. I've already explained each one of them. So first was company research, to do some research on LinkedIn. The next was to find a role in the company for any particular person, and then use that LinkedIn to generate a personalized message for them, okay? Again, what we want to do is we want to actually use these tools and we need to call them from our GPT. This is step 3, where we need to generate a connection between the tool, the custom tools, and the custom GPT. On a side note, I hope you're getting some value out of this video, and if you are, please click the like button. If you want more videos on creating custom tools with Relevance AI, let me know in the comments below. Also, I love automation, and I will be creating many more videos on how to use AI for business automation. So if you're interested in learning about that, hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out when I post a new video. Okay, back to this video. So now when you click on custom actions for GPT, you can see these 3 things, and then I'm going to select all of them. And this is the best part of Relevance.ai is that you can generate an open API schema. Okay, so once you click on that, it will generate the schema for you. So this is the schema. All right, so now what we do is we copy this and let's go back to our chat GPT. So now you're back in chat GPT. What we need to do is let's go to edit, and we go to configure, and within configure we go down to custom actions, and in this place, in the schema, we actually paste it. So let's go back to this place, we copy this. This is the schema which is generated from the 3 tools, and then we just paste it out here. There you go. So once you put the schema in, you can see the available actions. We have find a role in the company, company research with LinkedIn, and generate personalized LinkedIn messages. Okay, so we have all these 3 functions right here available to us. So one more thing which we need to do is we need to actually do authentication. Okay, so let's click on this cog, and then you can see authentication type. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put API, okay, and then we need the API key out here. So let's go back to our functions, and where you see custom actions for GPT, and we have this. So now what we have to do is step 3 is generate API key. So once you generate the API key, you get this key. So you copy this, okay, and paste it back to chat GPT, paste it out here. Okay, and then just click custom here and put an authorization. Say authorization. Okay, and that's it, and say save. Okay, so now we have an API key, and this should be all set to go. Okay, now we need to complete the instructions as well and the GPT. So what we'll do is, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and so just paste it and go back. And I'm just going to clean this up so that find role in the company. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little brief about what each function does so that the GPT actually knows which function to call. So it's always better to give a little bit of a context. And so I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to write this out. Okay. So now this is what I've written. The assistant is programmed to help user research companies, find decision makers, and generate personalized outreach messages. You have 3 actions, and then these are the actions which I've copied. Okay, and a little brief about them. This function generates a personalized message to use on LinkedIn. It requires the user to provide a valid LinkedIn URL and the name of the person they're looking for to connect with. Okay, and then based on that, it will generate the personalized message. Similarly, I've done it for this function as well as this function. So I've also added this particular instruction in the end so that once the GPT is actually generating an output, it keeps it concise. Okay, and that should do it basically. So that's it. And once, so we have our name, we have a description, we have our instructions. Everything is connected. And last, we can actually generate a photo as well, basically using DALL-E. So I said use DALL-E, and it'll create a nice little icon for our GPT. All right, so we have an icon. Okay, so we can actually put in some conversation starters as well. All right, so for conversation starters, you can put in something like, which is very user friendly, something like, what can you help me with? Another one we can add is find a lead, and you can add many more. So I'm just going to keep it at 2 so that it's just to start things. And yeah, now for the fourth step is that we've configured everything. Let's test this. All right, so that's the fourth step, and I'm just going to go ahead and update this first. So now let's test this. All right, so let's see what it says. I'm going to say, what can you help me with? Okay, so now it's generate personalized LinkedIn connection. Then it can help you with research a company and find leads, and then general company research from company URL. So let's see research with a LinkedIn URL. Okay, so let's go and find LinkedIn URL for voice flow. Let's see, voice flow LinkedIn. So this is okay. So let's copy this. Okay, so now you say, let's test this out. We say research, and then give it the LinkedIn profile name, LinkedIn URL, because that is the input it requires. So if you see this particular custom tool, it takes an input as a LinkedIn URL, right? And that is when, or if in case you want to go into build, and that is the input. So company LinkedIn URL is the input. Okay, so now let's go back to our GPT and say, okay, research this, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it's starting an action. You need to give it permissions to say allow. Now it's talking to the API. Oh, perfect. See, now it's saying VoiceFlow is a privately held software development company, and it's giving you all the details from there. Okay, so this is on the research. Excellent. Okay, so now you can see the details as well, like what exactly are the parameters. So okay, so there's a lot of code which you don't have to worry about that. But the good part of this is that you can actually see what is going into the function and what is the output. All right, what is the next one? So it can help you with okay, so let's say role. All right, what are the parameters again in role? So if you go back in this case, and I'm going to say company research with LinkedIn, find a role in a company, which takes in the company name of the company, and it needs a role. So it needs a CEO or something like that. So I can say in company, and what I want to do is the company name is Microsoft. Okay, the role is CEO. So let's see, and now it's again starting off with an action, and you have to allow that, and now it's talking to the API. You've got a response back. The CEO of Microsoft is Satya Nadella. You can find his LinkedIn profile. See, amazing. So it's already got the LinkedIn profile, and it's giving you a little bit of research on Microsoft as well. So now you want to generate a personal message. All right, so what I can do is I can copy this, and this is the parameter. So for the next one, the last one, we have generate personalized LinkedIn connection message. Okay, so I'll say generate personalized LinkedIn connection message. Okay, let me just see that. I mean, you can type it as well, and that takes a parameter as connection message, and that takes a parameter as the LinkedIn URL. Okay, and the name. So the LinkedIn URL, we already have it from here. Starting action, and I'll say allow. If maybe it can pick it up, talking to the API. Okay, excellent. So now it's generated I noticed on your LinkedIn that Microsoft continues focusing on developing responsible AI through key partnerships, which aligns with our own mission at Anthropic, Advance AI Safety. Our next, so this is perfect. This is much better than just sending a boilerplate message, something like, "Hey, I want to connect with you," or something like that, because this actually is very specific, and of course it grabs attention, and the person is much more likely to accept your request. So that sums up pretty much how you can use GPT. So now you can understand how powerful these tools are. And in the next video, I will see how to actually use this, taking it out. Right now, it exists in the ChatGPT ecosystem. And that is helpful, but it's not very helpful, especially if in case you want to share it with your team, or if you want to make it public. So in the follow-on videos, we'll see exactly how to create a GPT, use custom tools and everything, and push it out to something like, we can write a chat bot, so that at least you can share it with public, or you can share with anybody with a link, and they can actually use the GPT. All right. Relevance AI is amazing for creating custom tools to supercharge your GPTs. So if you want to see more videos on using Relevance AI, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want us to help you out with your business automation, schedule a free 30-minute discovery call with my AI automation agency, FlipBytes. I'll drop all the links in the description below. Lastly, here are some videos from FlipBytes that you may find very useful. I can't wait to see you in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.